Hello and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Renee. This is J. Renee Poetry, and if I'm familiar to you, that's because at one point this was a tarot channel known as Tree Cat Tarot, also at one point known as Tarot Bites. I stepped away from social media because it was honestly, it was no longer fulfilling to me and I had a lot going on in my life. But in that time, I have since changed jobs, moved houses, and I am in a space and capacity now where I can actually focus on what truly feels good to me, what truly lights me up, which, don't get me wrong, I still read tarot, I just don't do it as a platform anymore. But that's actually poetry. It's really hard to commit yourself to a creative path. Basically, like there's a lot of imposter syndrome involved. There's a lot of fear around poverty, right? Um and just whether or not you're truly a voice that's worthy of being heard. Um but a lot of the creators that I actually watch, they all started at some point speaking to an empty room, basically for years. And there's something about hearing that makes me want to go ahead and also add my voice to the void. And I don't know, like, I not just add my own voice to the void, but really craving community. Um, Both in the 3D and here, which is not exactly the 5D, I guess the 4D, I don't know, the 2D. Um, and yeah, so basically every week I'm going to be posting something. The base itinerary agenda, the base agenda I have in my brain is I would be talking a little bit about my own life as a poet, which right now isn't exactly glamorous. I think most creatives have long periods, especially in the beginning, of it's just lonesomeness and work and banging your head against the wall and screaming into the void and hoping something not only sticks but resonates with the world outside of you, right? And what makes that so much harder, in my opinion, is the fact that often with movies, with paintings, with writing, performance, we see the finished product. We don't see the in between. We don't see the messy first pages. So this is partially me attempting to create and have community with other creatives. Partially me putting my own work out there, and then partially me just kind of trying to get other creatives to maybe view their own work as being worthy of being seen if they can see that other people who maybe they think are great, the first draft isn't, kind of thing. I've sat in a lot of creative circles where I'm hearing other people's first drafts, and I'm like, holy shit, like this is amazing, and that's your first draft, and they usually don't think so, right? They usually don't think it's amazing. It's so the idea is like, if you come to be someone who enjoys my work, the polished version of it, maybe seeing the rougher, messier version in the beginning can help you to realize that your own work is worthy of being seen, worthy of being heard, worthy of being witnessed, right? So that's one of the things I'm going to be doing. The other thing I would like to do is, obviously, me being a poet and part of that community, I do submissions, I see job opportunities, blah, 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 blah. And I feel like, for every 50 that I see, only 5 to 10 are feasible to me, but that doesn't mean that it's not still valuable information. So, like, basically, any opportunities I've seen in the past week that I think I could share that would be helpful to another creative, I want to share those things with you guys a little bit every week. Not every single one, obviously, but like I'll mention a few and then put links in the description. Local events that might appeal to creatives. If any of you are local to Humboldt, that's where I live, Humboldt County, California. Sharing a piece I recently read and loved, I think that would be a great thing, like just to, and it's not all gonna be like super well-known names. Like, yeah, some of it's gonna be Christina Rossetti, some of it's gonna be Andrea Gibson, but some of it's gonna be poets you've probably never heard of, but you should hear. So I'm gonna, be sharing pieces here and there that I've recently read, either for the first time or revisiting it and just loved. Sharing my own work, and then just offering a prompt to the collective. And you can take this prompt however you want. If you are a visual artist, you can create art with it. If you're a writer of any kind of medium, create literature, poetry, written word with it. If you're, I don't know, a cook, maybe that can somehow inspire you as well. To me, anything that you can create is art, right? All the obvious examples, sure, but also like this desk that I'm sitting at, this is art. It's applied art, but it's art, arguably. Video games are art. I used to have a boyfriend that loved creating and painting Warhammer 40K models. And he thought it was such an insult to myself that I compared it to my poetry. But I thought what he did was art because he was creating something and it lit him up, right? Art is such a broad spectrum. And I think one of the best ways we can keep ourselves inspired, we can keep the well wet, so to speak, is to not just expose ourselves to art that is in the same medium as which we create, but exposing ourselves to all art. Ekphrastic, if I'm saying that correctly, is a very common, maybe not very common, but it's a poetic device where you are, not device, but you're looking at a piece of visual art basically, and you're letting that inspire a poem, right? As a concept, like that's not something I'm good at necessarily, but as a concept, like that's wonderful. We should be inspired by things, by each other, even if we don't create the same kinds of things. And then that's the other thing, you're gonna enjoy little rants like this, I guess. But yeah, so that's what I plan on doing with this channel. If that resonates with you, it's your vibe, you're interested, you're curious, you're like, this girl's quirky and crazy, I'm just gonna watch for the pure entertainment value, that's cool too. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and if you're also creative, please like let me know somehow. You don't have to like let me know publicly. If you're still very shy about it, you can just send me a DM and be like, hey, I'm also creative, da da da. Here's my little portion of the internet. I want to know. I will go subscribe or support, or if you have a email something, whatever. I want to also support you. I want to also witness your journey. But yeah, so this is gonna be fun. We're gonna do great. Okay. Have a wonderful week. Bye.